Since this track has been reconfigured with the banking, we've had on average of about 50-plus caution flagged laps in each one of these nationwide races, and today it's the same thing. We've had 53 laps of caution. Just been a treacherous racetrack.
They said when they redid it, they wanted to make it more exciting for the fans, and not that wrecking is what makes it exciting, but it's a lot of action going on, and that's why they fill these stands up. We're going to have a sellout here tomorrow for the Cup race.
Those of you joining us looking for Gonzaga and San Diego, they are underway right now, and you can find that game over on ESPNU. Now, we're here on ESPN2. That game will come on following the conclusion of our race coverage, which should be a wild one here in these final few laps at Las Vegas. We've had everything happen today. We had Mark Martin join us early on in the pit studio. He presented Brad Doherty with a souvenir Pop-Tart, and Brad said he was going to keep it. I think the over and under that Pop-Tart is long gone.
Gotta like that under that he said for 9 caution flags. Yeah, I think the Pop-Tart went by the wayside too, and that seemed like 4 hours ago that we were talking to Mark Martin, wasn't it?
Yeah, let's check in with some crew chiefs. Mike.
And Dan Stillman, the crew chief for Carl Edwards, standing by. It appears to me this might be the break you need. How much of an opportunity do you look at this as being?
Well, it's good. You know, we'll just see what happens. We had a little trouble getting going on the restarts here after a caution, so we'll just see what happens. But we're in a good spot. We came from a long way down here to be in third right now, so we're pretty happy.
You sure did come from a long way down. Remember after they spun? They restarted 26th, Shannon.
Mike, well, this 38 team started this race 23rd today. Right now they're running second. Got Greg Biffle in front of you. You guys got what it takes to win this race?
I don't know. I think we were about mirror image lap times through that last run, but no matter where we end up, I'm real proud of the whole team. Great Clips Toyota teams worked real hard all winter long. Guys back at the shops worked real hard. Had a good car since we unloaded. Really changed nothing all weekend. And, you know, we're shooting right now. We'd love to win, but if we could get out of here with a good solid top 5 or finish second would be awesome.
Second place finish, Scott Zipadelli. It's only his third race on top of this pit box for Jason Leffler. Doc?
Thanks, Shannon. You talk about all these hard licks we've seen today. These drivers are able to walk away safely, and these cars are very, very safe. Again, here's the impact at over 165 miles an hour. Bliss into the back of Denny Hamlin. And for more on safety and these cars, let's go down to our Craftsman Tech Garage. Tim Brewer.
Thanks, Jerry. You know, just the impact of the crash alone, I mean, it's devastating to the guy inside the car. But we've got a lot of safety interventions. You know, the intrusion panels, those are new to NASCAR in the Nationwide Series. What it is, it's a steel plate that's welded to the bar, and it keeps metal from penetrating. But then again, this foam, it absorbs a lot of the energy. NASCAR let the competitors put this foam in the Nationwide cars. It's mandatory in the COT car that they run in the Cup Series, as well as they can put that foam in the right side. But as long as the driver stays within the confines of the seat, his head, his Hans device, you know, he's going to be in pretty good shape. As far as the spring coming out, when he actually jacked the car up, the spring, it probably sheared the chain back here and literally just spit the spring out. But the deck lid and the hoods, we actually have them tethered. How the tether actually operates, you loop it around the bar and you bolt it to the rear deck lid, and that keeps the deck lid affixed to the car and keeps it from flying, you know, maybe getting in the grandstand. Jerry?
Thank you, Tim. That shows you how all the parts and pieces stay together and the drivers stay safe in spite of something like this.
Still no fun. Even if it is safer, it's still no fun.
Well, the last 2 years at this racetrack, the NASCAR Nationwide Series has had some absolutely fabulous finishes. As the white flag waves, they have one lap. Can Jeff Burton get there?
Wide open on the top of the track. It's going to be a drag race right to the end.
Burton squeezes high. They are door to door.
Jeff Burton! Good job! Woo-hoo!
Jeff Burton takes the win, and Kyle Busch slams the wall.
It'll depend right here if Brad Keselowski can hold up Carl a little bit as to whether Mark Martin's going to have a chance at this.
Oh, here we go.
Contact Martin into the back of the 60 car.
I knew it was going to be a dogfight at the end, and we were fighting hard. It just didn't work out.
I've got to apologize before we do any celebrating. I hate it really because we could have had a 1-2 finish with JR Motorsports.
What a place this has been for great finishes over the years here, and we've had one last year and the year before. We're going to get it again. Final laps here in the Sam's Town 300. Crowd of over 80,000 on hand. Glad to have you with us. Some college basketball coming up next. Gonzaga and San Diego. If you just clicked over to watch basketball, that game's over on ESPNU. Will be coming here, but you may want to stay tight here and watch this fabulous NASCAR Nationwide Series finish.
We got some hungry drivers that haven't won in a while, and they're all going to be standing on the gas here because they've got a shot at this thing.
Scott Lagacy in the pits, getting some tires.
While you watch the 11 car, let's check in with Mike Bliss, standing by with Dave Burns.
Mike, are you okay? And talk about the surprise ending to your bizarre day.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just a weird day with the front straightaway wreck, 2 right rear flats, and then this. I guess I seen him hit the wall at the backstretch, and I was going to slow down and just go to the outside because I figured he's slowing down. I guess he blew a right front, and then I just had nowhere to go. And I guess it just ends a day that I don't understand. You know, our Mikasuki Chevrolet was very fast today, but unbelievable. I can't wait to go home.
Glad you're okay. Doc?
I will bet you, Dave, a lot of drivers are saying after this day is over, I can't wait to go home, because what a wild one here. 2 red flags, 12 caution flags, 56 laps, 17 lead changes, and I'm going to predict here that we have not seen our last lead changes in this one yet.
It's going to be a good one here. You got some good guys that are wanting to win this race.
Yeah, you're in a good spot there. You know, I think you got the 38 covered. Lap times were better than the 16. But, you know, we'll just see what happens here. You know, we just need a good restart. Yeah, 10-4, good restart. We're still on our, you know, still on our program here. So we'll try to do the smart thing here.
What would be the smart thing right here?
Well, the smart thing would be not to take any unnecessary chances. I mean, he likes, you know, he's here to win a race, but he's talking about the big picture, which is a championship. And once again, I know we're 3 races in, but if you're going to win a championship, you have to think about that every single time you go to make a move or to do anything. And he knows they'll have a lot of other opportunities to win races this year.
Let's hear from Denny Hamlin. Dave.
Yeah, he walked from the infield care center, Doc. And Denny, tell us how you're feeling physically, but also mentally after a day like today.
Yeah, it's just it's tough, you know, to come here to these nationwide races and, you know, try to do the best you can, and, you know, just made the mistakes on pit road and try to make up for it by driving hard, and just got ourselves, you know, into the fence, and, you know, compounded one bad thing into another, and you know, got hit right there in the wall. But we cut a tire, and the rest is history. But I got to thank Interstate and Toyota and everyone for getting me in here for this at least one race, and you know, try to have some fun. But it's just tough to, you know, it's tough to, you know, get this out of your mind for tomorrow, but that's what you got to do. It's just you got to realize that these are 2 different machines, and, you know, we know we got a strong FedEx Camry for tomorrow.
Thanks, Eddie. Doc?
16 car Greg Biffle, a 76 race winless streak, driving the car that he last won with back at the February of 2006. Behind him, Jason Leffler hasn't won since August of 2007. Carl Edwards, the 2007 champion there. How about Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 5 car, the same car that was able to get it done in the final laps a year ago. Earnhardt Jr.'s last win, August of 2006 at Michigan. And back in 5th spot, Brian Vickers, the former 2003 champion. All these guys hungry for a win.
Yeah, we're talking about Carl. Let's not slight Jason Leffler here. I mean, he's very capable of getting up there and moving to the outside of Greg Biffle and creating a real excitement, because if he does that, then that opens the door for Carl Edwards in 3rd. So he's done a great job all day, and I know he's hungry to get a win. Shannon?
Well, right now, Jason Leffler coming over the radio telling his crew chief, Scott Zipadelli, feels like he's running out of fuel. They're telling him just move around that racetrack. We got 1 lap to go.
These cars will tend to try to pull a little bit of air in the fuel lines when they run through the banking when they're low on fuel, and that's the situation they're in. They don't have a lot of fuel in the tanks. If they can get going green without it stumbling, I think Jason will be okay, but crew chief's telling him to weave the car around, try to keep fuel in that pickup.
NASCAR rules state that you get 1 attempt at a green, white, checkered, which means they will come down for the green flag, the white flag next time by, and the checkered flag. If you have a problem during that 1 attempt, the race is over.
Scott Lagacy came in and got tires. Got the rookies running from 6th to 9th on the racetrack.
These guys have done a great job all day.
NASCAR took an extra lap to get this track clean because we're going to have some sparks flying here in a minute, folks.
Jason Leffler down on the apron there, trying not to
let that
fuel run away.
That's the way to do it. Get the car down on the flat of the racetrack and let that fuel run to the right rear corner where the pickup is.
They call Las Vegas, Nevada the show capital of the world. They say it all happens after dark. Folks, this one's about to happen and it's still daylight.
Barely.
Barely.
Okay, this is going to be the go lap. They're going to give them one to go.